Deep in a vast green valley surrounded by tall mountains lived a young beaver named Rowan. A clear river flowed through the valley, and many animals lived happily along its banks. Rowan lived with his family near the water, where they spent their days building small dams, gathering sticks, and repairing their homes. Rowan was known as a hard-working beaver when he was little. He helped carry branches and mud, and he loved learning how to build strong dams like the older beavers. But as he grew older, something slowly began to change inside him. Rowan started comparing himself to the other animals in the valley. Whenever he saw the eagles soaring high above the mountains, he felt a painful sting of jealousy. "Look how high they can fly," Rowan would whisper to himself. "They can see the whole world from up there. I will never leave this river." When he watched the deer racing gracefully through the forest, he sighed. "They are so fast and elegant. Everyone admires them." Sometimes he saw the otters playing happily in the river, swimming quickly and flipping through the water with incredible speed. "They are better swimmers than me too," Rowan thought sadly. Even the bright kingfishers that dived into the river and came out with fish made him feel small. Slowly, Rowan stopped enjoying his work. He no longer rushed to help build the dams like before. Instead, he sat quietly by the riverbank, watching other animals and thinking about what he didn't have. His father once asked him, "Rowan, why do you sit here so often? You used to love building." Rowan forced a small smile and replied, "I'm just tired." But the truth was different. Inside his heart, he felt like he wasn't special at all. Days passed like this until one afternoon when the valley sky suddenly turned dark. Thick clouds rolled over the mountains and a violent storm began. Thunder roared through the valley. Heavy rain poured down for hours. The peaceful river began rising higher and higher. Soon the water turned wild and dangerous. Branches and rocks were carried by the current. Small animals living near the banks started panicking. A family of rabbits became trapped on a small patch of land as the water surrounded them. The deer could not cross the strong current. Even the otters struggled to control themselves in the powerful rushing water. The storm kept growing stronger. Many animals began searching for shelter, but the rising river blocked their paths. Rowan stood on the riverbank watching everything unfold. For a moment he felt the same old thoughts creeping into his mind. The eagles are strong, the deer are fast, the otters swim better. But then he looked at the raging river and suddenly realized something important. Beavers were builders, and Rowan knew how to build. Without wasting another second, he jumped into action. Rowan rushed along the riverbank collecting thick branches. He dragged them into the water and pushed them into place between two large rocks where the current was strongest. At first the branches moved with the water, but Rowan kept working. He added more sticks, mud, and stones, just like he had learned from his family. Slowly a barrier began to form. The rushing water started slowing down near the bank. Seeing Rowan working so hard, other beavers quickly joined him. Together they built a temporary dam that redirected the strongest part of the current away from the trapped animals. The rabbits were finally able to hop across safely. The deer crossed through the calmer water. Even the exhausted otters rested behind the new barrier Rowan had helped create. Hours later, the storm finally passed, and the river slowly returned to normal. The animals of the valley gathered near the riverbank. They all looked at Rowan with admiration. One of the deer stepped forward and said, "We run fast, but today speed could not save us." An otter nodded and added, "We swim well, but even we struggled against that current." High above, an eagle circled once and landed on a nearby tree. "You may not fly like us," the eagle said, "but your skill protected everyone here." Rowan felt something warm fill his chest. For the first time in a long while, he felt proud of who he was. He finally understood that he didn't need wings like the eagle or speed like the deer. His strength was different, but it was just as important. From that day forward, Rowan never compared himself to others again. Instead, he worked proudly beside the river, building stronger dams and helping protect the valley he once believed was too small for him. And whenever young animals felt jealous of others, the older animals told them the story of the beaver who once doubted himself but saved the entire valley simply by being exactly who he was meant to be.